Welcome back to Ask Arna. In this posting, we will look at the second part of SoulCollage, which is the reading. In part one, Michelle showed us how to do a soul collage and really be able to hear our soul's inner voice. And now let's hear what Michelle's soul has to say.
I think soul collage can be a very sacred and private process. After all, it's this deep and personal reflection of you. It's the inner part of you reflecting and being presented outwardly in these images on these cards that we're creating. So I do like to create somewhat of a sacred feel to my workshops and in my personal space when I'm creating cards, and especially when you're doing readings with your cards. And that involves having things that are important to you, as if you would have a personal altar at home where you put your favorite nature finds or a candle or anything that resonates with you on an almost spiritual level. Those are the kind of items that I like to have near me and with me when I'm creating and reading my cards. Well, this is the exciting part for me. Definitely the creating of the cards is a fun process. But the goal of Soul Collage is to read your cards, read your cards. And the more frequently you read with your cards, your intuition grows, and the way you use them evolves, because there are so many different ways to read your cards and use them. So that's where you really start to see the benefits of the Soul Collage process, is when you start reading your cards and getting to know them, because you're getting to know parts of yourself. So I mentioned earlier that this card was happy after I added my final embellishment to it. And meaning, when I say that the card is happy, meaning that it's happy to finally be acknowledged and have a place in my deck, and a place that's now representing part of me. So because cards will have both a shadow side and a light side, and you'll get a feel for which side a card is initially for you. But every card that you read does have both, because too much of a good thing is not always such a great thing. And when you don't acknowledge those shadow parts of yourself, they're just going to keep coming through you through life experience or anything that's giving you a challenge in your life. And when you start to acknowledge those shadow parts of yourself through shadow type cards, you really kind of give them a voice, and they are then happy to be acknowledged, and they kind of back down a little bit, and we really benefit from their guidance. So when I do a reading with my cards, I like to create a nice, sacred, almost a ceremonial space. At home, I have more personal items around. It's almost like a little personal altar that I mentioned earlier. You might have things from nature in there. You're gonna have collections of these things that really resonate with you and spiritually move you, perhaps. And here at the studio, we try to create the same space here, because we do a lot of group readings as well. So we always have a candle lit. Oftentimes we'll play beautiful music in the background. I always have my little feathers with me. And you always want to include in your reading, if you have them, the 3 cards that you will eventually include in your Soul Collage deck. These 3 cards will hold space for every reading that you ever do. And you might only have one of them or all 3 of them, but eventually you'll end up with 3 of these specific transpersonal cards that you never read, but they're there to hold space for the cards that you do read. So I'd like to share with you the card I just created. The second main part of Soul Collage, kind of the backbone of Soul Collage, is the I am one who process when you're learning to read your cards and regularly reading with your cards. And again, we're blending creativity and your intuition, because you're going to be tapping into your imagination now and becoming the voice of this card. You've created a card. You've just created one of the voices or personalities that's within you. So we want to give this card voice, and there's a personality or theme or energy, however you want to relate to it, there is one unique voice for every card. So I'm going to use my imagination, and I'm going to go within this card and become the voice of one of these images that I'm drawn to. So it could be the ocean, could be the people, the butterfly, the Pegasus, the roller coaster. You kind of get the idea. I am one who is abandoned. I am one who used to thrill people. I am one who is partially hidden. I am one who is long forgotten and not maintained. I am one who echoes with memories. And you keep doing this until it's a natural end for you. And for just getting to know the card, since I didn't have an open-ended question in particular in mind, I would continue or close the reading by saying, my gift to you is, and again, this is the card, this is the image speaking to me in its own voice, saying, my gift to you is to cherish those memories, realize that even though parts of you are unseen or hidden, they are still part of the foundation that is what is shown above. My message to you today through SoulCollage is to definitely find it within yourself, to give the process a try. Most everyone I know is intuitively drawn to images already. Images are very, very powerful, and they're very powerful beacons to us. So follow that, sit a moment with an image, make a card with it if you want, and see how it speaks to you, because I think that it really opens up and allows you to tap into this unlimited pool of intuitive knowledge that we all have within us. So definitely jump in and try it. That would be my message.
What a powerful process. Healing images and intuition together are a dynamite team to the healing process and to really be able to listen to your soul's inner voice. I will have more postings coming up on Ask Arna Healing Journeys.